We've been getting a lot of One Piece news as of late. Mainly good news, actually, to the One Piece remake from Wit Studios that's going to be diving in and adapting the East Blue Saga, and potentially, if that does very well, they might go into, like, the Grand Line Saga and stuff. That's incredible news. Then you have the One Piece remaster from Toei Animation that's now only 2 episodes deep into its remaster of Fishman Island. Obviously, there's been some mixed opinions about it, and I've even made a video discussing these mixed opinions, but relatively, it is a step in the right direction for Toei, because obviously for a very long time now, there's been multiple arcs within One Piece's anime, the original anime, that could be better with better pacing, better art and animation, you get the point. And so Toei trying to tackle that and make their own version of One Piece is some good news. Regardless if there is better ways of executing it or making it better, there is still, like I said, it's better than not doing anything. And on top of that, you know, with Toei announcing that One Piece's anime would go on a 6-month hiatus to improve production quality, so when it comes back to start adapting Egghead once again, it could be even better than we've already seen from Wano and Egghead's anime, is legitimately insane. And then also the potential transition of One Piece becoming not just like a long-running series anymore, but actually becoming a seasonal show to improve production and allow better pacing. It's a dream come true. Like, honestly, One Piece fans have been getting back-to-back great news, and that's just on the anime side. On the manga side, we have, you know, the manga's arcs, like for instance, Wano to Egghead, and then now the current arc we're in, and I don't want to say the name for spoiler reasons if those are just, let's say, anime onlys, but basically, there's some good content going on within the manga, and One Piece has just been getting better and better with a lot of revelations, plot twists, and revealing information that has been plaguing people's mind for many, many years, decades at this point. You know, it's good to see a lot of payoff after all of these years for a lot of dedicated fans. So, the manga's been cooking. And then on the live action side of things, the One Piece live action, even though I don't think it is outright perfect, it is definitely a step in the right direction for anime to live action shows for, you know, anime. And, you know, the first season was really good, and Oda obviously has been working heavily with Season 2 of the One Piece live action, and so obviously because of that, you know, it's probably going to be just as good as how Season 1 was. I can't wait for it to actually come out, which gets into the main topic of discussion that you've been seeing on screen. So basically, Oda, he suddenly just announced a hiatus. He's not going to return until like the beginning or middle-ish of December, which is a long wait, because obviously at this current time of me recording, it is the 11th of November, which means that he's basically taking a full month break. And at first glance, this might not seem like anything, because obviously Oda has taken breaks in the past, but typically there's definitely some formula to it, and it feels obvious, like, you know, there's going to be a break and everything, and let's explain. So basically, Oda took a break recently, actually, because he was working with the team to work on the One Piece live action, and he came back recently, and he made this offer comment saying, "I went to South Africa. I'm returning with a renewed sense of gratitude and a determination to do my very best." This was an offer comment that he had in Shonen Jump's magazine last week. This is his recent offer comment, and everything about this statement indicates that he was ready to dive headfirst into his manga with full vigor and be able to make a better product than he already has been doing. You know, it definitely led to believe that whatever was about to happen in the current arc of the manga was going to be insane. But then, suddenly, just today, we had breaking news that came out that we will have a sudden 2-week and maybe even 3-week, because of like a holiday or whatever, for Oda to take a break. And this is legitimately concerning, because Oda, for the most part, doesn't do this, especially just so suddenly, because he just recently took a break because of the whole One Piece live action. So this is definitely not affiliated with that whatsoever. And the thing I want to point out is that there has been a lot of signs and indication that Oda's health has been more or less steadily getting worse. Now, I'm not saying he's in, like, drastic danger, red zone territory, like with Togashi's circumstance, but it has been very clear over the past year, maybe even 2 years now, that Oda's health isn't what it used to be. And to be fair, he is getting older, and he has been writing One Piece for 2.5 decades, basically, at this point. A very long time. It's been a very long time he's been working on the manga. It's incredible that he's been able to pump out as many chapters as he's done. Over 1,100 chapters he's managed to be able to pump out for the manga, which is an astronomical feat that most offers just can't even dream to come close to. Even reaching the golden 200 to 300 chapters seems like a long stretch, but Oda managed to do 1,000+ chapters, which, like I said, it speaks to his dedication and his level of quality and commitment to his series. But the point I'm trying to get at is that Oda's health, for the most part, has always been managed pretty well. Despite his very interesting lifestyle and how little sleep he gets that he's elaborated on in the past with different offer comments and stuff, it's been very clear that Oda, at the very least, has maintained a lot of consistency. And as of late, in the last, let's say, 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years at this point, Oda typically, he writes about 2 to 3 chapters, and then he goes on a 1-week break, and then he comes back and he writes 2 to 3 chapters, and then he goes on a 1-week break. This has been a very consistent thing in the last few years. I know a lot of fans that read the manga have definitely seen this, and for the most part, the reason why this is done is probably because of Oda's health. Shonen Jump wants him to, stay healthy for he can keep writing manga. So that gets into this breaking news and why it's eerie and a little bit unsettling because of some of the circumstances behind it. Now, this right here is an obvious sign that Oda's overall health has slightly deteriorated than it once was a few years back. And the reason for this is that Sandman himself even points this out. Due to Oda's breaks, the release of new One Piece chapter will be delayed until December 1st. I am concerned that Oda's Japanese handwriting these days is becoming much rougher than before. If he is too busy, it's good that he's taking breaks for his health, which I think everybody at this point is happy that Oda is taking a break. It is good for his health. But one thing that has been noticed as of late is that Oda's overall art quality, or in the very least his writing, not story writing, but his actual writing of his, the Japanese words, has become a lot rougher as of late. Now, we know he had eye surgery about a year ago, I believe. He had an eye surgery. And we know that was definitely affecting him for a while. The question is there something else going on with him? Is it still his eye having problems? Or is something else going on with maybe his wrist, his hands, his back, or whatever? Because like I said, he is getting a lot older. And so this sudden break is pretty concerning because, like I said, last week he had an offer comment that just was full of life and he was ready to dive into the manga. Suddenly there's a break. It's just like, did he get sick? Is this a health concern? Did he overexert himself in the One Piece live action, production team? There's a lot of questions. I hope this is a nothing burger, I really do, but there is some obvious signs that Oda isn't as healthy as he once was. He definitely is not the same person in terms of health-wise that he was 5 years ago, and it makes sense. That happens to anyone. That's just how old age is. I don't fault the man for it or anything like that, so I do hope that whatever happens here, I hope that Shueshia, they realize that Oda's health is very important. And I think they are aware of this. I think they are extremely aware of this. I think they're very cognitive of Oda's health over pretty much anyone else within the magazine, because he is their cash cow. Say whatever you want. You can scream until you're blue in the face. One Piece is the cash cow for the magazine. 100%. There's no denying that. And I do think that Shueisha being very cognitive of that will probably allow them to give a little bit more leeway to Oda to allow him to breathe and stuff. And maybe one of the other reasons why One Piece's anime is going on a 6-month hiatus is not maybe just to improve production, but maybe there is something else going on with Oda that we're just unaware of. Because obviously Toei's staff, Shueisha, Shonen Jump, and even the One Piece live action team might be a little bit aware of the underlying issues potentially Oda's facing. Once again, there's no theories to back this up or anything. This is just me basically discussing it. But obviously management would be very well aware of Oda's current health. They're probably, talking with doctors, etc. Oda's probably talked with them about it. So what's to say maybe one of the other partial reasons why the One Piece anime went on break is to allow Oda some time to be able to start cooking the manga again, because he needs to take a break or rest because of health issues or whatever. Because obviously one of the biggest concerns for the anime of One Piece for management would be that the anime catches up to the manga. And then let's say if Oda's health declines to where he can't write, let's say, the manga as much, obviously the anime is going to get closer and closer to the manga than it already is. You could see the threat there for management. So I feel like maybe more or less something else internally is going on. I hope I'm reading too far into it. I really do. But maybe there's more behind the scenes than we thought with the 6-month break. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I wanted to talk about this. I was a little bit concerned about this because Oda, he's a legendary author, and obviously we've had a lot of great writers just pass away as of late. Akira Toriyama, is definitely one example of that. And I feel like, with his passing earlier this year, definitely put a wave of just like, inner reflection on how you are as an individual and how you treat yourself. Because obviously, Akira, he was around the same age, like with Oda, and then obviously Togashi, that same era writing manga and stuff. So now that he's gone, it's probably having certain authors really think like, holy crap, if this can happen to like Akira Toriyama, what's going to happen to me, so to speak. So I hope that a lot of these authors are, reflecting and potentially, focusing a little bit more on their health than just trying to churn out the next chapter. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. May all of you have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.